Friends, it's Peggy from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie, and we are just having a great day. It's nice and warm here, and I'm just moving the camera around because I see some things there's all my equipment, so let's make sure we get that out of the way. Okay. How are you this nice warm Friday afternoon? It is actually not as warm as it has been here in San Diego, and so I hope maybe that it's not too hot where you live. We're getting down into the really warm summer, at least here in San Diego. So hi Allison, so glad to see you. We have a lot of fun planned for you today. First of all, I want to announce, last week I said that I would give away a package of the Subtles Designer Series paper pack, which is 6x6, and I had 11 different ones of you comment, and Lynn Nat, my friend Lynn Nat from Virginia, won. So I know Lynn's address. I will be sending it to her. And I'm so excited that she won. She'll be thrilled, as I know any of you would be at winning a little something. So for next week, the prize is the beautiful Ombre gift bags. Now I have used, and you've probably seen me use these gift bags on cards. You can emboss them. You can use them behind, a sentiment. They are beautiful, and they're all in colors. You can see them kind of there. So I'll be giving away this package of Ombre gift bags to one choice of a person who comments today. I use the random number generator, so leave your comment, and I make a list and give you each a number, and then I do the random number generator, and it chooses for me. So be sure to leave a comment if you want to win these Ombre gift bags, and I'll announce it next Friday. So be sure to tune in next Friday. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, because some people watch my videos on YouTube, I just want to let you know that because you'll be watching it later, it's really only for those who are watching the lives. But definitely comment on YouTube. I love to hear what you think, and I try to respond to each comment. So thank you so much. Okay, now another announcement for today, and Ellie's getting a little sleepy. Oh, by the way, she's wearing a bow from a ribbon that we are going to use today. One that I absolutely love. Let me get her in the picture. It's the black and white gingham ribbon, and we're going to use that today, and I wanted her to wear it because it is so cute. Hi, Kay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So the other thing I wanted to remind you and announce is about my mini retreat on August 21st. My friend Robin Dawes and I are doing this together. It's Dr. Robin, and you can find her online at Stamp with Dr. Robin and on YouTube at Stamp with Dr. Robin. And we are going together to do a mini retreat, a holiday mini retreat, and we are using the stamp set Whimsical Trees. I love this stamp set, and so what will happen is it can be either local. If you live local, we'd love to have you come, but it's also offered to go. And it also, if you choose, includes the wonderful Whimsical Trees, Christmas trees dies, and these are fabulous. We're going to make 4 projects. One, even, I don't know if it's one of or a special one, is a really special fancy fold that we're going to teach you. And if you do the to-go, we'll do a little video, a little summary video showing you how to do them, like I do with all of my cards, all my to-go classes. And you also get a half a package of the Whimsy and Wonder paper, and you get a package of snowflakes, which we're going to use on today's card. Hi Pam, good to see you. Sue Moore, good to see you. She'll be at the retreat. Yes, she will. Okay, so I'm going to put Ellie down because I have a really fun card for you today. And I want to spend most of my time working with you on this card. So let me get my camera situated here. And today we are going to use a brand new stamp set in the new Holiday Mini Catalog, and it's called Peaceful Deer. And it comes as a bundle with this, let me get that so I can show, this Deer Builder punch. And you get his antlers and a little dot for his eye. I'm not going to do those today, but anyway, it's a fabulous set. The deer is adorable. And the best part is, during celebration, one of the free gifts is the Peaceful, I always forget the name of this, Peaceful Prints, I think it is, designer series paper, and it's beautiful paper. You can get this free with an order of $50 or more. And it's, the thing that I think is cool is it has the deer, and you can cut out the deer using the punch. And we're going to do that today. And the papers are beautiful. Look at the back of this paper, and we're going to use a little bit of this one today too. There are other patterns, but at the moment this is my favorite. And the card we're going to make today is a card that my friend Robin designed, and I loved it so much I wanted to make it, and I asked her if I could case it, copy and share everything. And I'm casing it almost exactly, and she gave me permission to do that. So, oh, Pam, your phone has been on the fritz. Oh, and you just got back from vacation yesterday. Oh my goodness. We don't like it when our phones are on the fritz, do we? Okay, well, this is the card for today. I'm going to teach you how to make this kind of envelope flap. And this is the card, and it uses this fabulous ribbon that I told you about, the gingham ribbon, and it opens up to have a fun little piece inside, and then you can write your sentiment over here, and there's more deer over there. So it's kind of a bit of a fancy fold. It's not a super one, but it is really pretty, and I love it. So let's get started. So you cut your designers, or your card base out of real red and score at 4 1/4. Now, I've left a lot of my work to do today to do with you, because I don't always do that, and I thought we'd do it together. So I've already cut my paper at 5 1/2 by 7, and I'm going to score at 4 1/4. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And that creates, whoops, I've got extra things going on here. So that creates the flap that we want. That's going to hang over there to make our fold really pretty. Okay, I'm pressing it down with the bone folder really good. Now the next thing we need to do is cut out some of the deer paper. And again, I'm going to pull my Stampin' paper trimmer in, and we're going to cut one piece. And for my YouTube people, I'll have the dimensions on the YouTube video. And for those of you who are watching live, you can grab it from the YouTube video. So the first deer piece of paper is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. And you have to pay attention to the way you want it to go. So we want the 2 1/2 to go this way, and the 5 1/4, let's see, 2 1/2, 5 1/4. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 2 1/2. Like I said, I usually do this all in advance, but today I decided to do it with you. And then this piece is going to be 5 1/4. And why don't we just do our cutting while we're at it? Oh, you guys have had trouble with your internet. Have you had a storm or something? Goodness. Okay, and the next piece is going to be another 5 1/4. Let's get it right on the 5 1/4 there. I guess I'll show you the top. And then this is going to be cut at 1 3/4. And that's going to fit on the card base on the right side. Okay, 1 3/4. There we go. And we'll do a little bit more later. I'll leave this out, and we can do some more later. So, oh, you were camping, Pam. Okay, got it. So we can go ahead now and glue this piece of the deer I'm just calling it the deer paper, okay, because I can't really remember that other name, Peaceful Prints. But it's easier to say the deer paper, especially if you're working on a deer card. Okay, so let's just line that up like that. That goes on your front flap. And then we're going to put the other piece on the inside, right in here, so it shows like that. So it shows and almost looks like the card is one full, it's completely the deer paper, and then it's a surprise when it opens up, right? Okay, so here we go. We're going to put that piece on. Excellent. Now I need to put on a piece, which I did cut in advance, a basic white piece for the sentiment, for someone to write the sentiment. Whoops, that's not the right size. Let's check this one. Okay, I have different sizes here. And this basic white piece is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And so we'll just get that on right now, get it all adhered down. My glue's coming out kind of a lot today. I got a new one last Wednesday. I had issues with my glue. I had a little fight with my glue. Okay, there we go. So that's our inside for now. And now we're ready to go ahead and make, well, I'm going to show you the next part. Now, we'll go ahead and make the circle. We're going to cut a circle out of real red cardstock, and this is, I might have had it written down here, the 2 3/4 inch circle from the layering circle dies. And so I'm going to get out my little baby boss, and we'll put that circle die in there, and we'll cut this circle out because this is going to be the background for the deer on the front, the deer that's lifted up. Okay, there is my circle, and what else do I need? Oh, okay. So the circle goes right here. Now the next thing we're going to do is adhere a snowflake, and you get so many snowflakes in this package. And if you go to the mini retreat, you're going to get a full package of these snowflakes, or get the to-go version. And I want to see, you get 24 of these beautiful iridescent snowflakes, and you can also turn them over on the back where they're plain white, and you can color them with your Stampin' Blends if you want snowflakes of a different color or shaded differently. But I love the iridescent. So this is how we're going to build this. Where did he go? Here we go. And the next thing we're going to put on is an actual deer that we are going to cut with the deer dies. What did I do with my deer dies? Oh, no, the punch. That's right, the punch. I'm so used to using all the dies, I forgot we're having punch today, which is wonderful. I love punches. Okay, so what we want to do is cut a piece out here, and so that we can insert it into the punch. And it's kind of a shame to have to do this, but we do. And I want to add a little extra length to that piece. I'm not even showing you. So that I can really slide it into the punch. So I'm going to turn the punch over and slide my little deer. Whoops, he's going backwards. How is that? How is that? Do different pages go differently? It doesn't look right. Yes, it does, but this one is going the wrong direction. So they have, I just noticed that, the deer face different directions. So we're going to have to cut out one that goes the direction of the punch. You guys just learn with me, don't you? We learn together. And that's a good thing to know. So, okay, now we've got the deer going the right direction. And we're going to slide him in here. And it fits absolutely perfect. And don't you love that red and black check? I love it. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And we'll punch him out. I think he has more white on him than my last guy did. Let's try it again. Just because I'd like to get him a little more close. So we're experimenting together. because I know that some of you, well, I bet most of you are kind of perfectionists when it comes to making your cards. And I kind of am too. And so I really want to get that cut a little closer. Let's see if we can get it a little bit closer. Okay, let's try that. Yes, that's a little bit better right there. Okay, now we're ready to build our little circle on top of our card. So the circle is built with the red circle, the snowflake, and then the deer with the red and black check. And we're going to build that up with our Stampin' Dimensionals. So, and really it only needs one Stampin' Dimensional. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, Allison. Thank you. Okay, so for the iridescent snowflake, we're going to put just one dimensional. It's kind of neat because it actually is octagonal, I think, or six-sided, the center of the snowflake. And all you do is put one dimensional right in there. It fits absolutely perfectly. And then the iridescent side is showing, and we're just going to press that down. And then for the deer, the same thing. We're going to put the dimensional right on top of that same shape on the snowflake. And we're going to add our deer. Just like that. Isn't that cute? It's a fun way to, you could even use this as a tag, I think, for a gift. And then what we're going to do is, I think we won't do it right this second because we have a few more things to do, but eventually he's going to get built up there. Now the next thing is the inside. We need to work on the inside, the left side first. And you can see what I've done here is I've used one of the ornate frames. Again, this is all from Robin's card. I'm just casing her card. And you know, when you find a beautiful card, I say case it. If you're going to publish it or do a live like I'm doing, you always want to get permission from the artist. But if you're casing a card just at home or for a class that you're holding at home, I say case it because there are so many beautiful ideas out there. So what I'm going to do, this is again one of the ornate frames, ornate layer dies. And this little portion right here is going to stick out. So I'm going to adhere glue, not all the way down there, but almost. And we're just going to put it on here so it really sticks on there. And now we want to put it evenly, so evenly meaning between these two sides, right? And not all the way up to the fold, but almost. And press. And this is what shows out. That's so pretty. It isn't what you call the right side, but you know what? Nobody is going to notice. Nobody at all is going to notice because it looks so pretty. Look at that beautiful ornate die cutting there. This is one of Sue. I see that Sue's on the call and she loves these ornate layers. And I do too. The reason I did it in advance is because you have to brush out all those little pieces and it tends to get everywhere and I didn't want it everywhere. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a little piece of this side of our designer series paper, our peaceful prints. We're going to cut, my measurement is, let me see, 2 1/4 by 1/2. So let's get that here. And that's gonna, it just ties in the front with the inside, I think. So let's get it at 2 1/4, which is pretty close. 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch. Okay. And one thing I like about this paper trimmer, because is that it has the measurements of the 1 inch on both sides, so that if you just want a 1/2 inch, you just put it up there at the 1/2 inch mark, and you know that you're perfect. You don't have to guess. So I like it that it's on both sides, the left and the right. Alrighty. And there's our little strip. And what we're going to do is now we will stamp our sentiment. And the sentiment that I chose, there are a lot of great sentiments in here. that I really like, but I decided to choose Sending Love and Peace This Season, because I also want to cut it out with a rectangular die. So I have a little piece, another piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to use my sentiment with my real red ink. I love that Stampin' Up! Everything blends together, so when you do your sentiment, you know it matches your designer series paper and your cardstock. Okay, so we're just going to stamp this kind of in the middle, okay, because we are, you know, I pressed too hard. It got, the end got a little heavy. I'm going to try it again, a little bit lighter. Let's see if we can not have that end be so heavy. There, that looks better. Do you see the difference? See how I got that blotchy looking and heavier? I like it. Well, I just don't like to see blotches. Now, we've got our little rectangular die. It's one of the many rectangular dies. And I'll pull out my little baby boss again. And let's get his plates. And as you know, the plates are numbered 1, 2, and 2. So that's how you insert them. You know the order. There's no real guessing. I'm actually going to turn this over because it's a little bit warped. And here's our sentiment. Let me move that up a bit. And this rectangular die, it cuts almost perfectly. It fits as far as the way it fits around that sentiment. That's why I chose it. And then we're just going to run that right through. And there we go. There is our nice little sentiment. We'll just punch that out. Okay. Now we're ready to put this on our card, and I think this looks really cute with our little strip. So we already have our ornate layer die. This is our sentiment. And what did I do with my little strip? Oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to put the strip across like this. I wanted to do it a little bit higher. Okay, it's been raining there all day. Wow. Okay. Let's get our glue on this little guy. I don't know why I've been having a little trouble with my glue. All I can say is it must be the dry weather. It's just not coming out. Okay, there's our little strip, and then this fits right on, and I really like the way that looks. Now we could use a dimensional, but because it's on the inside of the card, I'm actually not going to. I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom of the back so that it glues kind of on either side of the little strip. Whoops, what's wrong with you? Okay, I guess I have to hold him in place a few minutes. I think that just looks great. I don't know about you, but I love the sentiment. I'm just going to hold it. Isn't that just nice? Sending you love and peace this season, and then it gives you all this other room right here to write what you'd like to write. Diana, good to see you. Oh, you guys have been all getting rain. Wow, we would love rain out here in Southern California, even Northern California. We have fires, but none down here. But I do feel very sorry for the people in the terrible fires up north. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our black and white gingham ribbon. Oh boy. And we're just going to tie a knot, so we don't need to get all worried and frustrated about a bow. I know some of you do. I do when I'm on camera. It's a little harder to tie a bow on camera because you get a little nervous. So we're just going to do a knot. And I always like to pull out plenty of ribbon for the tails of whatever I'm doing. I like to have plenty to work with. So we're going to, and the nice thing is once we get the knot tied, the ribbon goes over that ornate side, and I think it adds so much to the inside of that flap. I really like this idea. So we're just going to tie our knot and tie it down a little bit because we have this circle that we've built up to go in the center, so we want to add a little interest underneath on the bottom. Let's put this up, and here's our knot. It's much easier to do than a bow. So we just tie that right in there, and then just clip off our little ends, our little tails. Isn't this just the prettiest ribbon? And it goes so beautifully with this designer series paper. I'm just in love. Okay, so now we need to put our little circle on, just like that. Isn't that, I just am crazy about this card. I feel like I might make a whole bunch. I don't think I could make 100, but I'd like to make, like, say maybe 20 to send to friends because I think it's so cute. Now we just want to keep our dimensionals on the left side here, so we have to remember that. I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on this left side to adhere our little circle that hangs over. Okay, now we could put the other little deer, we could angle him or put him straight. I think just a tiny bit of an angle is what I'm going to do. And then just press down the dimensionals. Now we're going to add a little rhinestone eye, because I think it's a little bit hard to see his eye in there. I don't know about what you guys think, but I'm going to use just a small rhinestone and pick it up and put it on for his little eye. Let's see. Get this straight. I know some of you use tweezers and things, but I really like my paper snibs for putting on little gems and jewels. And so we're going to put his eye right in there. Isn't that just super cute? Now I'm going to show you how to do a coordinating envelope. So, because I love all these colors so much. Okay, so here is one of our medium envelopes. And the sample, the one I made for a sample, let me show it to you if I can find it here. Here. Because I love these two, the front and the back of this paper so much, I want to put a little strip of the black and white, black and red. Is that gingham? Would you call that black and red gingham? I kind of feel like it is. And we're going to put that above the deer. So I'm going to get back out my paper. And here is my paper. Now for the envelope, we need 6 inches of width here, because it's 6 inches wide, and that will give us enough to go to cover the flap. And the thing I'm thinking, the other one I was able to get 2 deer on the flap. So let's see. I'm going to cut it right here and just see here. I'm thinking I could get these 2 on. So I'm going to whittle it down to 6 inches wide, but we're going to start this way. Let's see, 6 inches would be right here. So I think actually I'll trim off some more of this side because I do want both deer to show as much as possible. And here's the cutting line right there, so I think that'll work. Okay, and then we'll go 6 inches from that. And so we'll be pretty close to getting 2 deer in there, won't we? Oops. Okay, now it could be less deep. Let's check it. I might want to cut it down on the top. Yeah, we're going to need to cut it down up here because we want those deer to show. Let's put it just a little more. Okay, this should work out just fine. And now we might have just cut our strip. Yep, there's our strip, the one I just cut off, because you just turn your paper over. Okay, we're ready to go. And I'm going to show you how to do this so that it will work and it won't be messy and it will look pretty after. So right now I'm going to flatten the envelope so I can see the line, and I'm just going to put the thinnest little line of my multi-purpose glue along there. Whoops, see, that is just a little bit thick, but that's okay. So, and I'm going to be sure to get in the corners. And now we're going to lay this strip right over the glue, and we're going to, the thing I like about the glue, of course, is that you can move it right up to that fold. You don't want to go over the fold, but right up to the fold. Okay, just like that. Whoops. Okay, great. Now I'm going to put my glue all down around here, and then we'll place our deer paper on it. So we want to get a little bit close to the edges, not too close because we don't want it to bloop out. But kind of a little bit, just if you can get thin bits near the edges, that's good. And the same with up at the top. And now what we do is we just lay this piece right up against the red and black gingham piece and press. And we're going to give it a few minutes to dry. And there is our envelope. I really love this envelope. And then what we're going to do is we come in on the back and we just trim. And even if you want to trim a tiny little sliver of that envelope, that's okay. Actually, it works out really well if you trim just a tiny sliver of the envelope, because then you're getting just the right, you know, it's all even. And it's just perfect. And it's no problem. I mean, there's a good ½ inch of, you know, glue, licky glue there on the envelope. So you can cut into that just a sliver of a bit. And here we go. And then we'll make this turn. You see how you do that? It's really easy. And look. Your flap is perfect. Isn't that nice? I think that is so nice. I really like that. And it looks perfect with our card. But one more thing, I want to show you one of these deer stamps because they're so cute in this set. This is one of the deer that's kind of laying down, and I just want to show him to you. Look at that. Isn't he just sweet? Can you see that? I mean, I just actually got this yesterday, this set. I wasn't totally going to get it, but when I saw Robin make her card, I knew I had to get it. And so here's our beautiful, let me see, I want to use the right name, Peaceful Deer, and with the Peaceful Prince Designer Series paper that is free during celebration. So, thank you for stopping by. I want to remind you of a couple of things. Thank you for sharing, Diana. The reminders are, number one, the drawing for leaving a comment, and I'll share who wins next Friday, so make sure you leave a comment, even if you're watching it again on my blog, but not on YouTube. But on my blog, that's where I look. And then also the mini retreat. We really are going to have to kind of close registration on Sunday the 8th. So if you're interested in the mini retreat to go, because I know a lot of you are watching from a non-local area, just email me and I'll get all the details to you and I'll get you all set up because we're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, I'll just come back here. Let's see, yes. Okay. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and for those of you that are getting rain, I know it's probably super humid. I hope your weekend clears up for you so that you can get out a little bit, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you so much for popping by. Goodbye.